Hey Baroness, my sister. Please tell me, are there any old legends attached to the castle you live in?
There are always legends hanging about these old places. They are not difficult to invent and they cost nothing. In this castle, there is a story that when anyone dies in the castle, all the dogs in the village and the wild beasts in forest howl the night long. It would not be pleasant to listen to, would it?
It would be weird. And romantic.
Anyhow, it isn't true. Since we bought the place, we have had proof that nothing of the sort happens. When the old mother-in-law died last springtime, we all listened, but there was no howling. It is just a story that lends dignity to the place without costing anything.
The story is not as you have told it. It is not when anyone dies in the castle that the howling is heard. It was when one of the Cernogratz family died here that the wolves came from far and near and howled at the edge of the forest just before the death hour. The dogs of the castle, the village and all the farms round would bay and howl in fear and anger at the wolf chorus. And as the soul of the dying one left its body, a tree would crash down in the park. But for a stranger dying here, of course, no wolf would howl and no tree would fall.
You seem to know quite a lot about the von Cernogratz legends. I did not know that family histories were among the subjects you are supposed to be proficient in.
I am a von Cernogratz myself. That is why I know the family history.
What? You
are
von
von
Cernogratz.
Cernogratz.
You.
My grandfather spent much of his time as a boy in this castle. And my father used to tell me many stories about it. And, of course, I knew all the family legends and stories.
It was an impertinence. I don't believe a word of it. She has been talking to some of the peasants about the old Cernogratz family, and raked up their history and their stories.
She wants to make herself out of some consequence. She knows she will soon be past work. And she wants to appeal to our sympathies.
I dare say her grandfather was a pantry boy or something of the sort in the castle. That part of the story may be true.
I feel sorry for her. She is upset. Maybe she is right.
I shall give her notice to go as soon as the New Year festivities are over. Till then I shall be too busy to manage without her. It is most provoking. All the time that she has been with us I cannot remember that she was ever seriously ill. And now, when I have the house full, she goes and breaks down. One is sorry for her, of course. She looks so withered and shrunken.
Most annoying. It is the intense cold, I expect. It breaks the old people up. It has been unusually cold this year.
The frost is the sharpest that has been known in December for many years.
And, of course, she is quite old. I wish I had given her notice some weeks ago. Then she would have left before this happened to her. Wee. Whoppy. What is the matter with you? Oh, did you hear this howling sound? What is disturbing the animals?
Oh no, wolves. They are wolves.
They are hundreds of wolves.
Excuse me. I need to check the old governess, as she is very ill. Oh, what are you doing? In spite of the biting cold, the window still opened. Let me close it.
Leave it open.
But you will die of cold.
I am dying in any case. I want to hear their music. They have come from far and wide to sing the death music of my family. It is beautiful that they have come. I am the last von Cernogratz that will die in our old castle, and they have come to sing to me. Hark, how loud they are calling.
I think she is dying. I suppose we must send for a doctor. And that terrible howling. Not for much money would I have such death music.
Not to be bought for any amount of money.
Hark! Oh no, what is that other sound?
It is the intense cold that is splitting the trees. It is also the cold that has brought the wolves out in such numbers. It is many years since we have had such. The cold was responsible for these things. It was the cold of the open window, too, which caused the heart failure of the old governess. That made the doctor's ministrations unnecessary.
Listen to the news headline, dear. On December 29th, at Schloss Cernogratz, Amalie von Cernogratz, for many years, the valued friend of Baron and Baroness Grueble, has died.
Thanks for watching. Encourage me by your like and